All right, what's up, everyone? Thanks so much for tuning back in. If you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button and the like button. Also, you can press the bell icon to get notified for my videos. We'll be coming out with new videos at least once a week, sometimes twice or three times a week, with updates in the garden. Things are always changing, so our channel is always progressing. And we're gonna get straight into it. I'll turn you guys around. I'm facing the sun, so I'll turn you around and we'll walk around. We're going to be talking about the first steps you need to do when starting your suburban homestead. So number one for me is going to be plant berry trees and fruit trees in the ground. So I'll give you an example. First thing you're going to want to do is get your fruit trees in the ground. Here's a fig tree. It's so short because it gets cut back every year. Figs fruit on their new growth, so you can cut them back. You're going to want to identify the areas on your property where you can have in-ground stuff. So my advice with that is go to the perimeters. Get your blueberries in the ground. This is a blueberry. Get a couple different types. This is a beauty berry. Over here we've got, you notice everything is kind of in the edges because we're talking about a suburban lot, so we don't have a lot of room. Here's a pineapple guava coming back, planted up against the house for warmth, zone 9. Here's the blueberry coming on, planted in the ground, and a plum tree with kind of such a disappointing harvest this year. It looks like we've literally just got one plum, and this thing was just loaded with flowers. So that happens. That's why we have more than one fruit tree. This one looks good. This is a persimmon tree with some flowers coming on, and we'll definitely get some persimmons this year. Next to the banana tree right here. Okay, so that's the first step. Get some fruit trees. I recommend blueberries. Get some berry bushes, fruit trees. Good thing about blueberries is that first year you'll probably get berries. So it gives you some motivation. So get all that stuff in the ground. That's number one. Number two is get raised beds. Fact of the matter is you'll need raised beds to grow vegetables that first year, because your soil will not be good enough right away to grow veggies. So with the raised beds, you can get them online or get them cheap. You can do them however. You can even make boxes or something, but get your raised beds and then get seeds. Get your seeds planted and start up your veggies. Step 3, identify an area in your yard that you would like to start in-ground gardening vegetables. Now, this is not going to be automatic. You can try and do some seeds, some vegetables right away, but they probably won't do good right away. This is about 4 years of amending the soil. What you're gonna do is collect leaves and cardboard and just pile it up like lasagna. Eventually you are going to have better soil right there. You can even see some of the cardboard, and you just let it break down and it feeds all those plants. And being on a suburban lot, you're definitely gonna have terrible soil that is extremely compacted, so you have to feed it, identify the area that you want to do some in-ground gardening, start amending the soil, and then get your area ready to go and fenced off. Step 4, you can identify an area in your yard that you can start working the ground, and you need to identify a watershed in your yard. So the water for me sheds down here. This used to be a low spot. Now it's a high spot because I made a hugel mound. the hugel mound is 40 foot long and about 4 foot front to back, 4 foot wide, 40 feet long. And I have various fruit trees. This is a loquat, an apple tree, a fig tree, various fruit trees mixed in with various privacy screening trees. Here's an elderberry, a maple, some ferns. But yeah, my water comes and sheds all through here. This used to be a low spot in the yard, but I got the hugel. That's where you just bury sticks and logs under dirt. And I made it so that this area sequesters all the moisture and nothing sits. So you got 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. Okay, so that's your 4th step. Identify the water shedding and how you're going to do some long-term beds to amend the soil. You can think about hugel mounds with burying stuff under the soil. Pretty much you just have to think about how you're going to do that, and then you probably have areas where you want privacy, so you can start putting your privacy trees in. This is a privacy tree, and start going from there. Now, the 5th and final step will be, I'll show you in a second, but I just wanted to come over here and show you that you're not going to have a lot of room. So another, just a tip is to get, this is a mulberry tree, and at first I stuck all my plants like too close together. These mulberry trees all have at least 6 feet. So here's 1 mulberry tree, 2 mulberry tree, and 3. So get your stuff in the ground, but don't crowd it out. Remember that the stuff will need space. That's a mistake I made when I first started. Here, let's have one of these mulberries. When I first started, I crammed stuff in, and it made it so that stuff couldn't fruit like this. This is fruiting beautifully because it's not crammed in. On all sides, it gets airflow. It gets plenty of sun, tons of all-day sun right here. And when I first started, I would have planted it crammed into this other one because I knew I didn't have a lot of space. But all you got to do is think about, you know you don't have a lot of space, but you can maximize your space by going to the edges of the property and then space out the trees properly still, because, and then still they're at least 3 feet from the house. You don't want to have anything too close to the house either. So spacing is a huge thing. That's kind of a bonus. I won't add that as one of the rules. The 5th and final thing to really help your homestead get off to a great start is, and this is a bit of an investment. It's going to be a greenhouse. So a greenhouse is a major contributor to it's gonna allow you to grow things for a way better and greater growing season, way longer. It's gonna give you confidence and the ability to start seeds way earlier. Get a tomato plant in here about to flower, so you'll just have stuff that you wouldn't be able to have if it wasn't for that. I've got even Jaboticabas zone 11 living in the greenhouse because it gets hot in here. And on that note, when you do your greenhouse, you have to get a fan. This is a solar powered fan, probably the smallest one I can get away with, but it gives a lot of power. And that's to make it so that it doesn't get too hot in here and you burn all your plants up. So you also got to water a lot. It smells beautiful right in here right now because we've got these beautiful Buddha's fingers plant is flowering and looking amazing. It's in the citrus family, but it's a little bit rare, called a Buddha's finger. Got this as a gift, and it's just inundated with flowers. I hope at least one of them holds. Citrus are known for just giving a huge flush of flowers, but then not really holding most of them. So yeah, that's your fifth tip. Get a greenhouse. So if I just were to recap really quickly, give anyone advice, we'll just run through all of them really quick. The first one being get your berries and bushes and fruit trees in the ground as soon as possible, because that's going to take time to fruit. The second one is get your raised garden beds full of soil and get seeds so you can have vegetables this year. Third one is going to be start identifying and amending soil for the in-ground vegetable gardens that you're going to have in the future. Okay, and the fifth, all right, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, the fourth one would be the hugel mound. Get a place where start identifying the water and how it's shedding on your property, and then get a place where you can do a hugel mound. Since this is a suburban homestead, you're going to be able to get away with certain things in the backyard that you wouldn't in the front yard. So consider that. Do your hugel mound, start controlling the way the water sheds on your property. And the fifth and final one is the greenhouse. Get a greenhouse. Definitely going to help you out. So I hope you guys have really good luck starting your homestead. And don't put a lot of money into it up front. You're going to make a ton of mistakes, but you'll learn in the end that if you just work through them and work with nature, that's going to be the best way to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash the subscribe button once again, and the like button and the bell icon. It really helps us out. Thank you so much for watching, and everyone have a great day. Keep growing. Oh,